Hi Aquarius, it's Heather, the Queen of Pentacles, and I have your beginning of June 2022 three-card pull. It's also kind of a pull where we're getting to know each other since I am just starting my journey here on YouTube, and you're probably just tuning in, getting to know me, unless you're checking back on an older video of mine. If so, if you're doing that, I'm glad you're watching back in some older videos, and hopefully you like what you've been seeing. And that being said, also, if you're finding this video at a later time besides June 2022, you're finding this when you're meant to find it, and that means this message is probably for you, no matter what time you find it, no matter what sign that you may be. So that being said, this message is for you. We're all on different paths at different times, so this message may be right for some people now and right for others later. I have shuffled off camera also, but making sure we get a good shuffle in while we do some introductions and hellos. And yeah, and while we talk to the universe here and ask the universe, what for my Aquarius do you want to say, universe, for June 2022? What advice do we have, universe? Oh. Okay, Aquarius. Okay. Well, I have to say, you guys are the first reading that I've done where we've gotten very many swords at all, to be honest with you. So, also, I should probably let you know now that I do try to stick to, like, the original versions of the cards, like the original meanings, the original interpretations of the cards, as like we've all learned and grown up with, or however, you know. But occasionally I do get kind of feelings, messages. I hear things that I feel like you need to be told in the cards, and things that resonate with me for you. And I'm going to occasionally spout them out. So that's where I kind of intuitively jump in for you also. And that's where the advice part really takes hold, I think. So that being said, hopefully you stick with me here, and we're going to get into it. We're going to start out here with the Four of Swords, which the picture itself is beautiful, by the way. I love the artwork on this deck. This is the Wizard's Tarot, if you're unfamiliar with it. The Four of Swords is it's a card about resting, peace, recovery after anything, after anything that you may have been going through, regrouping your thoughts, meditating, if I didn't say that. It's reflecting on things. It has a lot to do with your thoughts and mind, because swords, and swords is a lot of being in your head to begin with. So getting two of them, this is going to be a lot of things probably about you. Well, this is your reading, so of course it is, but I mean about your thoughts, and things that are going through your mind. But yeah, so we're going to start talking just about the card, and then we'll put them together a little bit. But so that's the Four of Swords, is like I said, like resting, regrouping. If you've been through something, we'll just start with a general something lately. Then we move on to the Eight of Swords, which another swords. With the Eight of Swords, it's like you've been feeling trapped, like you've been in a dangerous situation. You're feeling helpless, or you have felt helpless. Things have gotten out of control for you, maybe. You feel obviously bound, literally bound in this card. You don't see a solution to a problem, which is where it's important for the rest to come in. If you've had something traumatic happen recently, know that, trying to get a good grip on what's coming through. It's a jumble, really. It's frustrating. That's what I'm getting. A frustration lately. You feel like maybe you can't, like maybe some of you have felt like, I'm getting the phrase like, I can't do anything right with this card. Things are out of control or beyond your control. Like you've looked for help and not gotten it. And it's frustrating because things are like in this picture, for example, like the swords are there. They're in your reach. And maybe you don't realize that you're holding yourself back. Look in the picture. She's holding her own binds. She's holding them. She's not tied. She's holding them. She doesn't need the swords. She doesn't need them to cut her loose. She thinks she does. She thinks that she needs other people and other ideas that aren't her own. She thinks her ideas are not good enough. But she's wrong. She's the only one holding herself hostage, holding herself more accountable than she needs to be. She's being too hard on herself. And if you are that person, and a lot of us are, if you have been in your head too much worrying, you need to have some self-care. You need to be this girl. You need to light some candles and lay down and not worry about the 4 swords hanging over your head for certain. Or just frankly reduce the 8 to 4 and reduce your worries. Normally you want to work towards the higher number, but because the higher number is the happier ending. But swords is a little bit different, first of all. And the rest and relaxation sure does sound better than being in your head and tangled up in that mess, doesn't it? You need a time of self-care. Self-care has come up for another sign also this month. And June, at least in the hemisphere that I'm in, I'm in America, well, actually around the world, because I know we're starting, if we're starting summer here, we're starting winter elsewhere, right? So summer and winter are both, in my opinion, the more harsh of the seasons than fall and spring. So they're going to be the times that you need the most to like prepare, get yourself ready, but it's also times to stress out, right? And it doesn't have to be because of the seasons by any means, but I'm saying they do bring on their own challenges. Things with work could be hectic. Things with friends could be hectic. Things in your relationships could be hectic. Things in your life, period, could be hectic. Don't blame yourself when things get hectic. It's hectic for everyone. Get out of your head, Aquarius. Don't think that something is going perfect for everyone else and that it's you, that it's your struggle, that's you've done something. It isn't. These people that are unavailable to help you, you don't need them. Let go of your binding. Go home. Go to bed. Put some candles up. Put your feet up. Do some self-care. Don't worry. Don't worry about them. There's a saying that I am super fond of that is lions, I know that you're not Leos, but lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. And in this case, these swords are sheep. You don't need them. You don't need to worry about things that are beneath you. You don't need to worry about things that you don't need to get yourself out of situations. You can get yourself out of them. You have it in you, is basically my advice for you. You have your own inner strength. Even if you don't think you do, you do. You need to collect yourself, and you need to realize that you have that in you. When you are able to do that, big things are coming your way. Because the Nine of Cups is a wishes fulfilled card. It's satisfaction. It's worldly pleasures and happiness. Just straight happiness is the Nine of Cups. It's getting what you want, being able to relax and lay back and just let somebody else worry about things. You can be in the passenger seat on the long drive. You can let somebody else take the wheel. You can trust in them because you're relaxing. Look, both of these guys are very relaxed. In fact, it's time to let somebody else take on the burden and the worry that you have. You don't have to shoulder all of it, Aquarius. You don't. Get yourself out of your mind space and your head space, and good things are going to come your way from that. Stop worrying about things that maybe you can't control. Stop worrying about things that others are putting on you that they should be worried about instead of you. Start worrying. Well, don't start worrying, I guess, is really the key. Start reflecting on the things that are for you. Bring your 8 swords down to 4 is my best advice for you right now. And now is the time to start doing that. Now is the time. I'm not in any way saying be selfish. It's not selfish to think of yourself. And I think a lot of you have been givers and doers for other people for too long. And it's time to start doing for you. It's time to start worrying about Aquarius. And it's time to be happy with that. You can be happy with yourself and for yourself, and in that be happy with other people. They can worry about themselves too. They're just as big adult people as you are. So that's my advice to you. I hope that it helped and that it resonated and that it got the message to somebody that really needs it. I do plan to come back for a mid-month draw also and check in on you guys and see if this is helping you. And I think I said at the beginning of the video, if it hasn't resonated with you, if this situation isn't you, maybe check your moon sign and your rising sign. And until then, know that I love you and that I will be back to check on you soon. Take care of yourself, Aquarius. Take care of yourself, Aquarius. We'll talk soon. Bye.